The Digipolice are on the scene, and Darkdramon is just too old, slow, and weak to keep up in the current meta.
That seems a little harsh.
Who does it? I don't give a hoot.
Oh, damn.
I will be starting this game, hatching the TyrannomOn, and then Digivolving into the TyrannomOn. I'm then going to choose to Digivolve into the new TyrannomOn, so that's going to cost me 3 and pass over to my opponent. He's playing the new Digipolice, so he's going to hatch the new Missymon, which can get a pretty decent DP boost, then Digivolving into a Commandramon, and then into the High Commandramon for 2. He's then going to play the new Commandramon, which will allow him to search the top 5 cards of his deck, grabbing either a D-Brigade or Digipolice traded card. He's going to choose to take another of the searching Commandramons and put the rest to the bottom of the deck. He does get to choose top or bottom. That passes back to me on 2. I'm going to move out the TyrannomOn, and the starter main effect will allow me to Digivolve for 3 into the Metal TyrannomOn. And now the trap is set. Let's see if he walks into it. He's going to draw and then Digivolve into the Numemon, passing back on 1, using the effect when Digivolving to put the Satsuki underneath, and the end of turn effect of Satsuki to just pop it out. With only 1 memory, I don't have a lot of options. I'll hatch the TyrannomOn and then Digivolve into the new Palmon. Then going to play Agumon, searching the top 4 cards of my deck for a Tamer. Luckily enough, we do see the Tiger, so I'm going to be able to grab that, and it will pass back over to my opponent on 2. He's going to move out the High Commandramon, gain a memory from the Satsuki because I have a Digimon, Digivolving into the Cargo-Dramon for 3, so he's able to search the top 3 cards of the deck and play out a 4 cost or less D-Brigade or Digipolice card for free, playing the High Commandramon. Then he's going to play out another Commandramon, searching the top 5. He's going to be able to grab the Brigade-Dramon, popping the rest back on top of the deck. I'm going to move out the Palmon, targeting the Cargo-Dramon with its effect, and I really have to do something before I just start swinging and taking the game.
I started blasting. Bang!
So I'm going to Digivolve into the Blast Ace RustTyrannomon. It's going to cost me 4, but it will suspend everything on my opponent's board that has less DP than it. The Palmon effect is going to gain me 2 memory because Cargo-Dramon becomes suspended, and now I'm going to start swinging at my opponent's board. And I choose to swing into the High Commandramon because the other Digimon have some elements of protection. I'm going to be able to trash 2 cards from the top of security, 1 from the RustTyrannomon's effect and 1 from the Metal TyrannomOn underneath. I'm going to Digivolve into the Kabuterimon for 1, and then I'm actually going to swing into the Commandramon. That does cost me 2 memory, but this was the best way that I could pass turn without giving him any additional memory. His turn will start. He's going to unsuspend, and he is going to hatch the Missymon, gaining a memory from the Satsuki, and then playing the new DCD bomb option. So that's going to Digivolve my RustTyrannomon, and because of the overflow, that is going to gain him 4 memory, which means that's a totally free option. He has to put some cards back on top of his deck that have the Digipolice or Commandramon trait, and it continues to be his turn. He's going to Digivolve into Commandramon in Raising, and he's going to Digivolve into the Brigade-Dramon. That is going to cost 4. He gets to delete up to 7 cost of my Digimon, so he's going to get rid of the Kabuterimon that's on the field. Then end of turn, looking at the top 3, he's going to be able to play a Commandramon and a High Commandramon from among them. So he's back to having a really wide board, and all of his Digimon with the Commandramon or Digipolice trait have blocker. So I'm going to hatch the TyrannomOn and Digivolve into Terriermon. And I'm looking at the options that I have. I'm just going to play the Mimi so that I do have a memory setter out and pass back over to my opponent. My opponent is going to just shift over, so he's got enough room to move out the Commandramon. He should gain an extra memory from the Satsuki. He's going to swing with the Commandramon and put 3 of his D-Brigade or Digipolice cards back on top of the deck so he can get plus 2,000 DP. So he's swinging for 7k, but I'm going to blast into RustTyrannomon again, suspending his entire board once more.
Clever girl.
He does still get the 1 check from the Commandramon, and at 7k, he's actually going to live that check. He's then going to play out the Numemon for 3, putting the Satsuki underneath with the on-play effect and swinging at security. Just plays out a Tamer for me, so that's a pretty good one. Then he's going to play the Commandramon from BT3. Definitely a good choice because he's going to have blocker with it, and then using the Brigade-Dramon effect, he can play out the High Commandramon as well. He's going to pull out the Satsuki at the end of the turn, and then it is over to me. I'm going to move out the Terriermon. I'm going to play Dimension Scissors, and this is this is a little dirty from me. I'm going to suspend Mimi before I do anything else, and I'm going to start swinging at his Digimon without protection. He's going to block with the Commandramon, and I don't think he realizes that with Dimension Scissors, I'm just going to be clearing pretty much his entire board. He whiffs this search with the BT3 Commandramon, but with the Cargodramon effect, he's actually able to get another one of the BT3 Commandramons out. I unsuspend, and I get to trash to security again. I'll swing at another suspended and unprotected Digimon. He's going to block, and that is going to do another little search and see if he can get something out. Another BT3 Commandramon. I can't seem to get rid of it. I'm going to unsuspend again. I'm going to swing at a protection list Digimon again. He's going to block with the high Commandramon. I think he's loading up his trash, but now he just really wants to clarify why I keep unsuspending, and Dimension Scissor says as long as I delete something in battle, I'm going to be unsuspending, so there's a few more unsuspends coming, that's for sure. It's going to let that one go through and not actually block it, so I'm going to unsuspend again. Swing at the Commandramon. That's just going to go off the board. Swinging at the other Commandramon, and there's not a lot of choices left to swing at, so we'll swing at the Numamon as well, getting that off. So he's down to 3 Digimon on board. I'm going to Digivolve into the Palmon before I decide what to do next. I'll swing at the Numamon. He's choosing not to save that one, probably because he wants to save the Brigadramon instead. I'm going to swing into the Brigadramon that he is going to save, so he gets to delete the Commandramon, and using the search, I think that's all of his Commandramons from BT3 now, so we shouldn't see any more of those. I'm going to Digivolve into the Tyrannomon to pass turn, and the when Digivolving effect of Tyrannomon lets me play out another Tiger. My opponent is going to start their turn. They'll hatch the Missimon. They're definitely still a danger. They're going to go up to 5 memory because of the Setsukis. He's going to pop one under the Brigadramon, and he's going to swing at the RustTyrannomon. Currently, we would be clashing and both be deleted, but he's going to use the inheritable effect of the Missimon, popping 3 back to the top of the deck, and that means that he's going to go up to 14,000 DP, enough to swing over and gain some memory with the overflow effect. Digivolving into the Commandramon in Raising. He's then going to play out the Commandramon looking at the top 5. Lot of rich targets. He's going to get the DCD bomb because it does have the Digipolice trait. He's then going to place the rest to the top of the deck, so there's a lot of good targets. Digivolving into the Numamon, he's going to be able to play a Setsuki if he has one. He does not. Going into the Cargodramon, so when Digivolving, looking at the top 3, he's going to play out the high Commandramon. And then he's going to use the Mind Link of Setsuki to get some jamming, swinging with the Commandramon. That is going to survive. Then he's going to play the DCD bomb, so he's going to be able to get rid of my Tyrannomon, de-digivolving and then deleting it. With the other part of the DCD bomb effect, he's just looking at what he wants to pop on top of the deck so that he can play it out for free with the Brigadramon. So now we're going to look at the top 3. He's going to play out the Commandramon and the Numamon. Does he have the Satsuki? No, he does not. So my turn, I'm going to move out. I'm going to target the Cargodramon with the Palmon effect again. Digivolve into a Tyrannomon. I will draw. Then I'm going to Digivolve into the Metal Tyrannomon. I'm going to suspend both the Tigers to reduce the cost. And then I'm going to suspend 3 of his Digimon because I have 3 Tamers out. I'm going to choose to do the Cargodramon, the High Commandramon, and then one of the other Commandramons. And that just means that I am going to gain another 2 memory from the Cargodramon becoming suspended. And then we recognize that because the Palmon inheritable, it should have cost 1 less to Digivolve into that Metal Tyrannomon as well. So I'm still at 1. I am completely out of eggs though, and I might be out of options as well. So we're going to see what I Digivolve into. I'm going to go into the RustTyrannomon from BT11. That's going to cost 3 less to Digivolve into because I have 3 Tamers, but that does mean it still costs 2. So it is still going to pass over to my opponent, and this should be pretty straightforward from here. I don't have any other ways out of this. I'm not going to Digiburst again. Setsuki's come out. A little bit of extra memory gain, but we're going to save some time. He's going to swing, do the Missimon effect to get some DP boost, and it's just going to be 1 check, and he lives that. He's going to swing, not actually with the Brigadramon, he's going to save that one. He's going to swing with the Commandramon. It does get deleted, but we don't need to do the search to know that he can just swing for game after that. I was very close, but maybe we'll see what we can do in game 2. I'm going to start again, hatching the Tyrannomon, Digivolving into the green Agumon, and then I'm going to Digivolve for 1 into the Kabuterimon. Definitely a decent start in my opinion. They're going to hatch the Missimon, Digivolve into the Commandramon, and then they're going to Digivolve into the High Commandramon. So passing back on 1, so it's backfired on me a little bit there. I'm going to draw for turn. I'm then going to stay in raising and just play out a tiger. So doing a little bit of setup. We'll see if my opponent decides to move out and digivolve into the Cargodramon. No, instead they're going for the black memory boost. So searching the top 4, only one valid target, the rest are options. So they will go to the bottom and adding the Commandramon to hand. I'm going to start my turn, move out the Kabuterimon, and then digivolve for 1 less into the Metal Tyrannomon. Nothing suspicious here.
That's bait.
We'll see if my opponent decides to swing at all. I am just going to pass, so I really shouldn't have reduced that Digi-Evolution cost. I should have just let it pass over for 1. They are going to play the Commandramon to search the top 5 cards of their deck. We'll see what they're able to grab. They're going to grab the Satsuki. The rest are going to go to the bottom of the deck. So he doesn't need any of those other pieces. He's probably looking for the Brigadramon. Playing the defensive training, he's going to grab the Cargodramon, and oh wow, he really wanted that Cargodramon. That must have been the piece he was missing. The other one goes to the bottom. Back over to me, I'm going to unspend and hatch the Tanemon, digivolving into the Terriermon. Still only have 2 memory to work with. I'm going to play another Tiger. And while that does set them to 1, with the memory boost and the defensive training, they've definitely got enough to be able to do a few things on their turn. They're going to crack the memory boost, going up to 3. Digivolve into the Cargodramon for 3. So looking at the top 3, they're going to be able to play out the BT3 Commandramon. The rest go to the trash. And they're going to Digivolve into the Brigadramon for 2 less by cracking the defensive training. And that's going to be able to delete my Metal Tyrannomon. Very unfortunate. He's going to do the end of turn effect. He's able to play 1 Commandramon from that. So not as bad as it could be, but it's still not great. I'm going to stay in raising and Digivolve into the Tyrannomon, passing back to my opponent on 1. They're going to hatch the Missingmon and Digivolve into a Commandramon. Then going to swing with Brigadramon, putting 3 cards back to the top of their deck so that they'll be able to play some things at the end of their turn probably. I'm going to get an agility training out, so that's pretty good for me. They're going to Digivolve for 2 into the High Commandramon. And then end of turn effect, looking at the top 3, they're going to be able to play out another Commandramon and a Satsuki. No luck involved there. They made sure to set that up so that they could get such an insane board. I'm going to move out the Tyrannomon, and its effect will allow me to Digivolve into Tyrannomons and Dinosaurs for 1 less. I'm going to crack the agility training, so only costs 2 to go into, and then I can make it free by suspending 1 of the Tigers. I'm going to be able to suspend 2 things. I'll suspend a High Commandramon and 1 of the BT3 Commandramons, making sure that BT3 one can't unsuspend next turn. Going to search the top 4 using the green memory boost, grabbing a Palmon and adding that to hand. My opponent probably sees the writing on the wall. He has definitely got a way to finish me this turn, unless I can blast Digivolve. Gets a few things out of order here. He should have an extra memory from the Satsuki, and he's going to start by swinging with the Commandramon. I'm just checking if he's going to do the effect, but he doesn't have enough in trash, I believe. Goes through without an issue. We make sure to suspend 1 of the Commandramons from BT3 just because it should have remained suspended from the Metal Tyrannomon effect. Does gain the memory from Satsuki now, and he's just looking at how he wants to do this. Going to Digivolve into the Cargodramon first. Looking at the top 3, he's got a few options to pick from. He's going to play out the Commandramon, and that is going to do a search as well. So top 5 from that one. See another few Brigadramon there. And he is going to actually take 1 of those, popping the rest to the top of the deck. He could definitely decide to go into Brigadramon just to stall out another turn. Everything will have blocker. It's definitely a safe option. He's going to choose to swing with the Commandramon. That is going to get deleted. He's able to play out another Commandramon with that effect. Then he's going to swing with the Brigadramon. Using the when attacking effect, he's going to put 3 back to the top just to make sure he doesn't get deleted in security. Definitely didn't need that, but that's okay. He's going to swing with the Cargodramon just to end the game. If I'd had the RustTyrannomon there, that might have been a different story, but 3 of them were sitting right in the middle of my deck.